The Rap Roundtable.
Yes, sir. The Rap Roundtable is back on deck. The lunch hour. Make sure you bought your food, you seated and comfortable. And as always, don't get fired watching the Rap Roundtable. You know, if you can't watch it during your lunch break, circle back on the commute home. But this is definitely the lunch hour. It's your boy Jav here alongside Sincere the Rap Snob, alongside Didi the Balance, alongside the homie Mace. We are on deck. Business, based in the group chat, that business is starting to pick up. There's been some announcements. We got 67 on the way as well. So whatever we're going to talk about in this little check-in with y'all, tap in with episode 67. We got a few things to talk about, and I'm pretty sure that the topics that we have on deck is definitely some things that you're going to want to hear. I like where we're going. I like the layout so far. I think you're going to either agree or, as usual, curse us out in the comments. Shout out to Leah Mays. Shout out to Leah M. Shout out to Miss LB. Shout out to the whole chat family. Tap in with us.
Gang.
The first topic that we have real quick is Ja Morant's been in the news for about the past, I would say, 2 weeks-ish, 12 days, not even a whole 14 days, about 12 days. And he just got his suspension, I would say, lifted and ended at the same time. He got 2 additional games on top of whatever he already served after the whole fiasco with the weapon in the strip club, living his best life. There was a lot of opinions about, there was a lot of opinions about Ja Morant, but the one that stood out to us for obvious reasons was Patrick Beverly saying that he blames rap music for some of, or all of, Ja Morant's actions in the lead up to him eventually getting suspended. So I feel like it's our responsibility to do our due diligence to kind of put the proper perspective on that. So of course we go to the resident rap snob, the person who defends the culture, even when y'all feel like he's not being fair. He's afraid somehow that Dini or myself or Mason gonna yell back at him. We're gonna talk about that on 67 because somebody made a point that it's such horseshit is funny. But anyway, what are your thoughts on Ja Morant and Pat Bev and rap music is to blame?
Well, as the elder statesman at this round table, I'm old enough to remember going on a good 30 years plus since the first time I heard this narrative. So it's a good 3 decades, right? Mm-hmm. As soon as NWA came on the scene, and then later, Dr. Dre and Snoop and Tupac and the gangster rap era. I've been hearing this horse shit ever since. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And some people can't get it through their heads that it's that art reflects life, not the other way around, right? But I'm particularly disappointed in Pat Bev because besides us being lazy on that level, on the fact that we've been talking about this for like 30 plus years already, and so that's tired. But also, you never hear this sort of narrative and rhetoric in reverse, right? Mm. Let me give you an example. Who's the face of the league right now?
LeBron.
Who's been the face of the league? LeBron, right? LeBron, he stays up in our timelines all the time, reciting rap lyrics or mouthing rap lyrics, sometimes incorrectly, but be that as it may.
Most times, so go ahead.
Oftentimes.
He's called himself a hip hop historian. He's executive produced at least one album that I know of, the 2 Chainz album. I don't know any other.
Trash. He an artist too.
Right. But the point being, he's very much of the culture. He's very, very much involved in the culture and proudly involved and part of the culture, right? And nobody ever points to LeBron James and is like, "Yo, look at his life. Look at his perfect fucking life, bro. Look at his wife, his kids, his mansions." He's like, his image is squeaky clean. He's donating money and building schools and all of this. Look at all this good he does, all the while being up in our social media timelines, reciting rap lyrics all the time. Nobody ever looks at him and says, look at the amazing influence that hip hop has been in his life. Mm-hmm. It's always when one knucklehead does some knucklehead shit and let it be a black knucklehead, all of a sudden, the laziest people are going to come up with the laziest rhetoric. Oh, he listens to rap music, boom, right? 1 + 1 = 3, right? No, that's not how that works, man. I need people to stop being so lazy. I need people to dig a little bit deeper. Stop blaming rap music. That shit is lazy as fuck. Is again, since C. Dolores Tucker and all that shit, and people fucking mowing down, rap CDs and shit like that back in the day. This shit ain't going nowhere. There's always gonna be some knuckleheads, but for the most part, people love the culture. People love the music. We here love the music. Our lives are straight. We're not doing no knucklehead shit. The vast majority of people don't do no knucklehead shit. So when one knucklehead starts doing knucklehead shit, let's take a look at that one example on its own and dig a little bit deeper to see why that knucklehead is being a knucklehead. But blaming it on rap music, man, shit is tired as fuck.
And
get the fuck off my lawn, Pat. Fuck out of here.
Mace, resident NBA fan, actual rap historian. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Sir. I know you've been closely following this Ja Morant situation.
Absolutely.
I know you have some takes about Ja. I know you heard what Pat Bev had to say, being that he's a former Laker, he's a volatile personality in the league.
Right.
Put it all on the table for us, Mace.
Oh man, a great man once, told everybody that the truth lies somewhere in the gray area. You feel me? So, there's extremes, right? Pat Bev is on one extreme. Rap music is the reason that Ja Morant, is getting into the shit he's getting into, right? Like that's like the easy cop out, right? If he played Grand Theft Auto all day, it would be that, right? If he listened to Kurt Cobain all day, you know what I mean? Maybe it might even be that, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it's the person, not the music, that they blame it on. And just like Sin mentioned, we talking about a black kid, so you know what I mean. At the end of the day, not a kid. He's a grown man. But I at the same time, I won't be disingenuous. You know what I mean? A lot. Rap music has, like Sin said, 30 years ago, we talking C. Dolores Tucker, George Bush Sr., you know what I mean? Al Gore, back when they were stepping on gangster rap CDs. And what have we seen since then, right? The gang culture spread all over the country. It didn't happen by word of mouth or messenger pigeon, guys. I'm not going to say that rap is the only reason, but a lot of us learned through this, a lot of the negativity that we learned. The first time I saw weed was in a rap video. You know what I'm saying? The first time I seen the Bloods and the Crips, it was in rap videos. You know what I mean? So we have to be honest, that, yes, it can be a negative influence in the wrong hands, in the neglected, and the people who are less mature, that have less people looking after them, right? And I think we also have to realize that rap music is popular culture at this point. So when we say, social media influences the youth, rap music influences the youth, certain things are just popular culture. So I think we have to, acknowledge that, when the way Ja was waving the gun around in the video, that's how they do it in the drill videos. You feel what I'm saying? When they seen him, what did everybody say? Yo, he's trying to be King Von. You know what I mean? So we have to be honest and sometimes be like, yeah, it can negatively affect, but it's not rap music's fault. You know what I mean? You have to be able to separate the lines. He's clearly influenced by a certain part of the culture that exists within rap music. You know what I mean? But, at the same time, he has clearly bad, I hate to say it, T. Morant, your dad ain't looking out for you, bro. And he's everywhere. I see him on the bench every time, but he's not the guy that they call when sister and mom get in the beef. It's Ja. I don't understand that. You know what I mean? So, I think the truth lies somewhere within the middle. It's not all rap music. Pat Bev, don't take the blame away from the person that's actually doing it. This is Ja Morant doing this. Just like Sin mentioned, everybody that's listening to this shit is not going around punching old people, you know what I mean, pulling up the basketball games, wilding out, you know what I mean, waving guns at the strip club. No, that's not. That's Ja Morant's fault. We have to realize that Ja's the one who did this. But while there could be an array of negative influences in his life, that's the negative influence in his life as far as the one he's trying to imitate. The worst part of the culture, this is not all hip hop, you know what I mean? But the worst part of the culture, yes, he's imitating it.
That's interesting. That's an interesting take from Mace.
Here's my thing, if I could just interject real quick before Dini goes. If you had to estimate, what percentage of the league do you think is listening to rap and hip hop? And feels 100%.
A large percentage.
Like 98%, right? Mm-hmm. And you got this one guy, and all of a sudden, the images and the culture. Bro, the entire league is they're all in one way or another of the hip hop culture or hip hop heads at a certain level. You know what I mean? It's just it's such a tired scapegoat to me, man. Like I hear what
the thing is, a negative influence in the wrong hands can be dangerous. You know what I mean? So it's not. We all seen the videos of Ja Morant and NBA YoungBoy's live comments. You know what I mean? Trying to amp it in the way he acts, in the way come on, so we gotta realize he's not acting like. You know what I mean? What is he acting like? What is he imitating?
Right, but that's on him. That's
that's what I said. You trying to defend the culture, and I understand. I already said it was him. You know what I mean? But he's imitating rap music.
I'm just looking at it as a numbers game, man. That's it. One guy, one knucklehead.
Dini, jump in.
Y'all niggas both made some great points, and I think y'all both are right. I think it's definitely it's definitely a part of the culture, and you definitely can't say it's not a part of music. I think Pat Bev went a little too crazy with it, but I mean, Ja do kind of fit the aesthetic, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's dreaded out, he's tatted out. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, Mace, with the whole. No, I'm just saying
that's a slippery slope, bro.
No, I'm talking about a rapper aesthetic.
In
2023, that's a big rapper aesthetic. Like we can name like 80 niggas who essentially have that look, tatted out. The strip club atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, waving around the hammer. I mean, that is shit that kind of set the tone for us when we were young. The difference is we didn't really act the shit out. I never really got on camera holding no hammers, bugging out, even though some of the greatest videos I loved as a kid always had a nigga in the hammer. There was robberies in the videos. I'm not out here robbing niggas. It's more like how you embrace it, how you accept it. But I mean, ever since we was young, man, the rap niggas wanted to kind of be the NBA niggas. The NBA niggas kind of wanted to be the rap niggas. The culture heavily intertwined. They hang out together. James Harden, Lil Baby, they're damn near in sync, shit like that, And I could imagine, maybe he felt, Demetrius, whatever his official name is, wouldn't embrace, because that's a part of. Say what you want. That's a part of the culture. We love a nigga that's. The rugged nigga that's coming up from the bottom, even if he per se is not a rugged nigga coming up from the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Like Pac, in a sense. Like Pac wasn't the struggle nigga we always thought he was. You know what I'm saying? He did have a pretty decent life up until a certain point, and I think Ja did too. But the imagery, and maybe he knows some hood niggas. It might not just be rap music. He might actually know some hood niggas. Like the lifestyle can be alluring. You know what I'm saying? You see the way the ladies react to the lifestyle. You see the way peers react to the lifestyle. That shit can be capturing, but I don't want to blame it on hip hop because that is taking the responsibility of Ja. But I can't act like it don't have some kind of, you know what I'm saying, pretty much with the type of time Mason's on. I can't act like it don't have some sort of influence. What you do with said influence is what you do with it. But I can't act like that's not a part of the culture, bro. I can't.
Okay. I dig it. You know what? This is I like this conversation. We're being mature here at the Rap Round Table. It's not all fun and games and laughs. I would say that I like that you guys had 3 completely different perspectives. Mace shocked me. Mace almost at one point I was about to call you a Republican, but then you brought it full circle. You know what I mean?
Mace went rational.
Yeah,
almost went back on y'all, man.
You played my card. You landed in the gray area, and I can't be too mad at it. But for me, I'm gonna go the Mace route and see how the roles have reversed here. I'm gonna take Pat Bev's rhetoric and I'm gonna play this card. To me, Patrick Beverly sounds like, I'm sorry, one of those angry old heads who don't like the current sound of rap, and because Ja Morant relates to the current sound, or at least one of the current sounds, because there's so many sounds, just to be clear, he's blaming the music. That is a typical old head pivot. Even when we were kids listening to rap, and our OGs said it was noise. When they were kids and they were listening to disco, their parents called it noise, and they blamed the behavior on the disco music. They blamed it on the club atmosphere, the 80s, and the cocaine use and all this and that. It always went back to the music. That is an old head, out of touch mentality. And for Patrick Beverly, a person who's still youngish in the culture, to play that card shows that he looks at John Morant and the people who listen to NBA Youngboy as a bunch of little niggas. That's just the reality of the situation. Because if John Morant had thrown on an Averix jacket and was bumping some Griselda with the hammer on, would he blame Benny the Butcher? You know what I'm saying? Would he blame West Side or Conway? Would he blame Wu-Tang? No. It's because John Morant relates to a certain sound and aesthetic that's at least 15 years younger than Patrick Beverly. Now, to John Morant, I take issue with it because as much as he looks up to NBA Youngboy, I don't know how old Youngboy is. I don't know who's older than who. I would hope that Youngboy's older than Ja, because damn it, if he's not, that's a problem.
Probably like 26 to like 23 type shit.
But John Morant, at a certain point, needs to realize who he is. And I think that's the biggest issue here, is that he doesn't understand who he is and what his position is in popular culture. The reality of the situation is NBA Youngboy can only wish he was John Morant. And it should never be the other way around. You are to me, there's no bigger flex in black culture than being an NBA superstar. Fuck all them other sports. No disrespect. I love me some football. I love me some baseball. But if you're an NBA star, that is the biggest flex.
That's the biggest star.
The young face of Nike. You taking the Memphis Grizzlies to prime time. You got a Christmas game against the defending champs. You basically replaced Kyrie immediately with your signature shoe. I almost had a stroke. You know what I'm saying?
Posters on posters.
At a certain point, you got to look around the space and say, I'm not Demetrius. I'm not a young boy fan. I'm not some dude who made it. I'm Ja Morant. Right. And that's what's missing here. Like, he doesn't forget the music, forget the rap aesthetic. Even LeBron, as much as he loves it, LeBron know who he is.
Right.
I'm LeBron James. I'm the brand. I'm the star.
And you gotta be grounded in that, in that identity.
Hands down.
And Ja just isn't.
You can't spend this time wanting to be something like who, as an NBA star, who holds the blick in a video? Who's your team?
That's crazy.
Where's Ja incorporated? Don't get it twisted. There's a lot of, and that's the thing that gets me tight with Pat Bev, to bring it back to him. Blaming rap is so corny because there's so many street niggas in the professional sports. They just happen to be talented enough to make it. So to blame rap when real shit is going on, look at fucking Captain Jack Stack 5 himself, a whole blood, and he was in the league. Got Kobe stories, playing in the McDonald's All-American game, and he was a street. If you let him tell it, he's still a street nigga.
Right.
So why are we blaming rap music? All this is immaturity, and a person who up until now didn't understand what his position was really. You got all the cards, Ja. It ain't rap. Right. Tell him if you're gonna have it and you're gonna live your lifestyle. I'm not telling you not to have the hammer. I'm not telling you not to be a street nigga. But you gotta start knowing when to put on a show. This is supposed to be an NDAs, no camera policy. What happens in the strip club stays in the strip club. Because if Ja need clout, John Morant don't need clout. Niggas go live on Instagram for the strip club for clout.
Yeah.
Stop blaming rap. It ain't rap fault. It's culture. Black street shit there was street shit before rap music, so it could never be rap.
It's way more clout dunking on niggas, bro.
And on top of that, now that we brought up the topic of clout, like, I think that plays a bigger aspect in all of this than anything else. It's like, you know what I mean? In the social media age, you do some outlandish shit, you're gonna go viral. Right. You know what I mean? And maybe that's all he's like really seeking. Maybe he's seeking some type of attention that he doesn't feel he gets enough of in the league, or maybe it's just not I don't know, maybe the rate of the attention, the pace of the attention. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't get enough attention from his family, his pops. I don't know what the fuck it is. But
I'm gonna tell you like this. He the most viral player not named Steph Curry in the NBA right now. So he don't need whatever he's looking for, he don't need it. Right. Period. You know what I'm saying?
They're both 23, by the way. NBA YoungBoy. And
oh shit.
John Morant.
So you want to be NBA superstar and NBA YoungBoy's little homie? How you the NBA nigga in his chat, in his comments?
That's crazy.
That's wild.
Yo, it's kind of like the way, and this might veer off, but you know how like they make movies nowadays. There's no action movies, there's no love movies. Everything is like a blend of everything. That's kind of like what everybody's trying to do now. Like when LeBron get on and fuck up the lyrics, that's to let like a certain genre of the culture know, like, look, I'm in tune, y'all. I'm on deck, so don't count me out. Even though you see me over here doing all these business deals and these swimming pools, I still can tap into the culture anytime I want. This might have been Ja's escape. Like I'm 23, I'm making 200. I got a $200 million bag, like ready for me. It's I got it. I mean, I'm secured. Like this might be his lash out party.
That's a good point. That maybe there's a part of him that like it is so tied to whatever lifestyle he might have had before the league, or that he wanted to be in before the league, that he feels it's slipping away, and like he wants to hold on to it for some reason.
And the girls love
those
it,
reasons, unbeknownst to us. But
based on what Twitter says, and just doing the job that I do, my day job, listening to these little kids talk, being a young kid, the girls love a little street nigga, a little rough on the edges, cuts in his eyebrow, fang wearing ass nigga. They like
trying to wild out, trying to wild out, huh?
Yeah, so maybe all of it is just because he just wanted to be a part of that. But at a certain point, I ain't saying clean up your image and cut your dreads and get the lightest season ever. I'm just saying, know your worth, John Morant. You know what I mean?
Facts.
You are the prize. Word to DJ Academics. He's the prize.
You've been hearing everybody say around the league, you know what I'm saying, you ain't built like that. You ain't no tough nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's been going around the league. So maybe I'm not saying it's right, but maybe I gotta flex on niggas a little something, let niggas know I got the little heat.
That ego is crazy.
It'll throw you off, man.
Blaming rap music for that. That's crazy. Unbelievable. Mace, do you have anything else to add to that before we move on?
Nah, I think I put a bow on that, on how I was feeling with that one. For sure.
You think so? Republican Mace?
I don't want to drift it too far. You know what I mean? Because ultimately, just like you said, Ja is glorifying, not glorifying, but imitating street culture. Mm-hmm. But at this point, we've intertwined rap with street culture so much. Even us, we talk shit about the snitches. You know what I mean? When somebody get caught not being real, we make fun of them. You know what I mean? That's the bigger, and that's a whole nother conversation. You know what I mean?
That's fair. All right, so let's get to our next topic before we get out of here. Again, we don't want people getting fired watching a rap roundtable. So B-Dot, that guy, he puts out a tweet a couple days ago saying that New York City used to have fly lifestyle rappers. What happened? So again, I gotta go to Sincere the Rap Snob to put this in its proper perspective. The word of today's episode is perspective, because goddamn it, some of these takes lack.
Bro,
Sin, talk to me about this guy.
I'm so tired of. Leave us alone.
Kanye treatment, go away.
Go away. Go on a retreat somewhere. Take a few months vacation, come back with a clear head, or maybe with more knowledge of the history of the game, because these takes just sound so like casual. You know what I mean? It's giving casual fan. It's not giving somebody that's been a journalist in this game for I don't know how many years. You know what I mean? It's just giving like mad casual, man. I'm really thrown for a loop with this whole, NYC had fly lifestyle rappers, because I get the fly. What exactly is life? What lifestyle are we talking about?
Right. This,
you know what I mean?
Yes, and please.
It's just like what does that mean? Right? You got to be more specific about what that means, right? And when I think about New York, if he's talking about like back in the day, clearly, what New York NYC used to have. I think about, like for every fly Big Daddy Kane, there was a BDP and a KRS-One. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. For every Biggie, there was a boot camp. We had on the same day in 1996, we had Nas drop It Was Written, right? Which was his album. his Fly Lifestyle album, but at the same time, we had De La Soul Stakes is High dropping on the same day, talking about all this anti-lifestyle, anti-fly shit. So to me, New York was always a melting pot of so many different styles, so many different, vibes and energies and types of artists. You know what I mean? And to like reduce New York down to just like fly lifestyle shit. As man, another lazy. It's just more laziness. You know what I mean? More casual, lazy takes.
Right.
And I feel like, I think what he's trying to get at, right? If I could just assume, is that back in the day we had like a Bad Boy era, right? Or a Rockefeller era, right? And I could see that, right? But again, like there was just so much more to New York than just that. And like when I think about it, when I think of like, let's say a Rome Streets, I would consider Rome Streets a type of lifestyle rapper. You know what I mean? When you listen to Rome Streets spit, like he really paints a picture of a certain lifestyle. You know what I mean? It might not be the bad boy lifestyle. It might not be the gloss and the glitz, but that word lifestyle is just, it's mad lazy. I don't know what he exactly is trying to get at with that.
All right. I usually pass it off, but I want to jump in here. Yo, it's that tweet, Sin, and the rest of the team used to have to fly lifestyle rappers. He sounds like one of those out of touch white bloggers, bro. Like that. Like which one of us talks like that? Like we don't say fly lifestyle rappers. That's not even a bar. That sounds like a pitchfork writer who doesn't know shit. You know what I'm saying? And you work for Rap Radar. You are the co-host of the biggest rap platform that's strictly rap, not Drink Champs with his extras. Strictly rap. Rap Radar is a top rap platform. They getting everybody, right? Yeah. So what that means, it comes a certain cachet and it's a certain responsibility, and you've earned that right. You go to the brunches, you rub shoulders with Jay-Z and that guy, local rapper. That's his name from now on. Local rapper.
Local rapper.
You get to rub shoulders with local rapper.
Jigger man.
You called yourself B-Dot. And what kills me is when you go back on his page, right? He has the temerity to have a dot and the word dot in his name. It should just be B-Dot. Why do you have a dot? It's B-Dot.
Double dot?
B-Dot.
So
B-Dot
doesn't fly at all.
Sin made a strong point about Rome Streets. I was going to talk about Rome because Rome, he had something to say about that tweet on Twitter. Basically saying...
good. But if I could just make a real quick point, because I was trying to get somewhere with the Rome Streets thing, because when Rome Streets came up on their Rap Radar podcast during the Griselda episode, they're leading to it, he really downplayed Rome Streets's like his draw, you know what I mean? Who he is as a rapper. Like he made him sound like some underground Big L type, and kind of like wanted to tuck him away. Like he's not even really there, you know what I mean? It's crazy to me. But anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
But yeah, so Rome basically said that this guy's talking on the side of his neck. I think that was what the tweet said. And you think about how, to your point, how Rome looked in that spot. Had him sitting on an armchair. They didn't treat that man with a certain level of respect, in my opinion. The common person might say they just didn't have enough seats. Then why don't you sit on an arm host and let your guests be comfortable? It kind of just goes to show how not tapped in you are to the situation. Even further, Sen, because I'm glad you mentioned Griselda. A part of me wonders if this is a shot at Griselda, because what is Griselda if not fly? Like, they're not from New York City.
I mean,
they're not from New York City.
Westside Gun is like the epitome of just fly lifestyle ball.
But their aesthetic, their lyrical aesthetic, their sonic aesthetic is New York City. If you call them New York rappers, they wouldn't be offended. They're not gonna be mad. They're not saying, "Oh, hey, we're from Buffalo." They're gonna wear it. They proudly wear the New York cape, right? It sure seems like he has an issue with them. It sure seems like this guy, as much as you love rap and you talk about bars, you don't pay attention until that person is completely overground and levitating overground. You don't do any research, B-Dot. You're not. There's so many lifestyle rappers in New York right now, and they all barred up. And if you just took a day to just, scour through the underground shit, you know how Apple Music has it set up. When Rome does a collab with somebody and it's not a Griselda artist, you can click on that person's name and get their music. You know what I mean? There's so many people you could tap into, and it's like it's not hard. It's really not hard. Go to the show.
What is Rock Marciano?
A lifestyle rapper.
Absolutely, 100%.
You know
what I mean? And what ticks me off, I'm sorry, Mason and Dini, I'm sorry, but I gotta go in again because like what pissed me off is like today there was the Twitter Spaces with Hit Boy and Alchemist, right? Mm-hmm. And as they were setting up, Elliot actually brought it up because he started talking about Larry June first, because Alchemist has a project coming out with Larry June. And he was talking about, Elliot was like, Larry June, like he has that lifestyle aesthetic, right? Again, just throwing out these fucking buzzwords out there, like I don't know what the fuck they're supposed to mean. But then, when I think about it, that lifestyle is aesthetic that Larry June, they feel like Larry June has out west. Rock Marcy has that here in New York. You know what I mean?
But they call that coke rap, son. They're not calling that lifestyle rap.
Bro, like Rock Marcy is about that pimp life, bro. You know what I mean? Just like Larry June out west. But Larry June, he has a more laid back flow. It's maybe more digestible. Rock Marcy has a more unorthodox flow. Maybe not as digestible.
Who the fuck is that in New York? Because all them lifestyle niggas got bars.
Exactly, right? And so to me, like, I really feel like they're just trying to say that New York rappers are not dumbing it down to double their dollars.
Like they're gonna have a skateboard and go skateboard through Union Square Park and rap about it. I don't understand. What do you mean?
The thing is, B-Dot in this, just like he always does, he's being purposely vague. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, what the fuck does he actually mean with a fly lifestyle rapper? Who is the fly lifestyle rapper? Like Raekwon was fly, right? He was talking about coke. Jay-Z was fly, right? He was talking about coke. You know what I mean? Like Biggie was fly. He was talking about coke. Like, are you talking about coke rappers? Because like Stove God, you know what I mean? That's a pretty fly coke rapper than me. You know what I mean? Just like y'all said, West Side is like the flyest nigga in the game right now. Like let's keep it a buck. Like from the merch to how he dressed to the chains, like let's keep it a buck. And it's like, who, like, is he talking Fabulous? Like who is the fly lifestyle rapper? Because if you ask me, in general, the fly rapper is gone because it's just like the look is, designer down, 50 chains. That's the look in rap, and that's how everybody looks. So it's not really like fly rappers like that, unless you all like the same look. And if you ask me personally, if there were two fly rappers in the last 10 years, right, we got ASAP Rocky, you know what I mean? Like the nigga that literally left rap to go be fly, you know what I mean? That's a pretty good lifestyle. And pardon me, but Pop Smoke made Micah Mary hot from here to Texas to Cali to the Midwest. Pop Smoke was a fly lifestyle rapper. You looking for the dumbed down shit, you know what I mean? Like, so I don't know, like, what he really means by that. I feel like we still do have them. I just named a couple. Y'all had, the whole Griselda is fly. So it's like, if I try to define what he means, I can actually find it. But I feel like he's purposely being vague because even he don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
And B-Dot loves Stove God Cook. He couldn't, pardon me if I'm being disrespectful, but that man, like, he was a whole groupie for Stove God Cooks in that interview, bro. But still uninformed because he asked him about his relationship with Rock Marcy. Like we don't know that, like, that's not
and
happening.
Quiet.
Like,
right.
Yeah.
Jump in, Dini.
Like who was the one that said it sounded like it was written by a white dude or some shit like that? Was that you, Joe? It really sounded like somebody said, "Yo, go in there and ask these niggas, when's gonna be the next fly casual, cool kind of nah, bro?" Because really, when y'all said West, but I think if there's anyone that'd be a shout out, it's really Benny, bro. Like, cause Benny, did he see now? I bring to what you said, Mace. Did he mean fly as far as I'm gonna get dressed jiggy nigga lifestyle, or did he mean fly lifestyle, like kind of like like you said, the coke rap, the Hoves, the Biggies, the Nas when he was on his ill written shit? Like,
Cameron even was in there.
Dipset, like, does he mean fly lifestyle or just jiggy niggas who living a life? I think he means the fly lifestyle niggas, like to allude Bad Boy, you know, party hits, I'm getting money, shit like that. Pop Smoke was a great thing to bring up, but Benny is the perfect blend between the jig and the lifestyle, bro. You know what I'm saying? The fly lifestyle shit is Benny. That's why Benny really needs to take this step forward. If Benny needed any motivation, this is the motivation he needed. So if anything came out of this corny shit that B-Dot did, I don't really think it's a Griselda hit, because we all know Westside Guy. He rapping. He don't take rap seriously. Like, as far as like, I'm trying to be
a lifestyle nigga.
He is, but he don't have the. To me, Benny's the perfect blend of I'm really that rap nigga.
I don't think it's Benny, bro. Nigga. Like, because Benny's subject matter is not lifestyle, it's coke rap.
That's what I think he means by lifestyle. I think coke rap is all the jiggy niggas we knew was about coke. Pusha, Rick Ross.
But there was a little drip in it. There was a little drip talk in there too, some fly talk. Benny ain't there yet, to me at least.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is the jump step he needs.
I think Mace made a point, but I think just because of who B-Dot is, I don't think it's any of the guys that Sin and Dean even mentioned. I think he's talking about the ASAPs, the guys who are not so lyrically inclined and they rap about getting fly and they take dope pics and, you know, shit like that. I think that's what he's talking about, because to me, he's not a guy. I don't think he's an aficionado. I don't ever want to hear B-Dot talk about rap. Like, you know what? And I'm not even trying to take that, because obviously he did something to get to the position he's in. I want to make that clear. But it's like he got there and he got lazy. Whatever B-Dot did to get to his spot, he ain't doing enough to keep it, in my opinion. He resting on his laurels.
Somebody replied to him or quote tweeted him mentioning Smoke DZA. And so then he
DZA's a lifestyleish.
Nimlo, shout out to Nimlo too.
You know what I mean? And so he did quote him. He quoted like a bar from him, talk about watching diamonds and stuff. But then B-Dot said he's seasoned. He's thinking more about rookies, right? So now he's trying to he's trying to step it back or qualify it somehow. You know what I mean? Like, when he gets called out on his bullshit, now he's like, pushing the goalposts on his statement. Like, nah, nigga, just hold that L, bro.
Right.
Fabio Foreign is
right there.
Fabio.
You know what I mean? Who was that other kid that I liked from Brooklyn who was a drill rapper? That CJ
Busy Banks.
Busy Banks. That's a
the whole Brooklyn
nigga.
Drill was like scammer fly type of vibes. Like, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Remember you seen Cardi B said that like Bronx Drill was more op music and Brooklyn Drill was more scammer feel. You know what I mean? So it's like
with a dash of op in
bro?
there.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
He's not listening. I don't even know if I ever meet B-Dot, I'm asking, like, let me see your phone. Because I want to see what albums he got. Like, I want to see what you really listening to. Not the joints you got to listen to for work. What's the joints you spinning, bro? You know what I mean? Because it's really ridiculous. And even if you want to say young guys, the Lobby Boys just dropped. To me, Jim Jones, Capo, Mano, they represent New York lifestyle too.
Right.
Facts.
Yo,
this could just be signing this nigga through to stir the pot though. This is really some pot stirring shit, you know?
Man.
I'm just honestly, I'm just like, bro,
leave us alone, like you said.
Right, get off on nuts, bro. It's always New York.
Where's B-Dot from?
Where's New York? Why is New York always in your mouths, bro?
It's like
B-Dot supposed to be from?
I don't know. I'd have to look that up.
No idea.
Yeah,
but it's like, and this is why we do what we do. People get confused and they like, oh, y'all from New York, y'all biased. Nah, we gotta protect our city, bro. Because like, it's open season on New York, bro. Like, they really be out here just saying whatever. I'm trying to Google him right now to see where he's from. Because now I want to know.
Big Gip can say whatever, but we gotta be quiet.
Like, there's no other region that gets put under this like hyper scrutinizing microscopic lens. Like, they put
why?
Every time, bro.
You know why?
Why?
We started it
with a fucking Mecca, bro.
And that's what New York
and we will always and forever talk our shit, no matter what. And motherfuckers hate that shit, bro.
Asking a New York nigga like, where's the fly rapper New York nigga? They're like asking, where's the down south niggas with the 808s, bro? That shit is just it's there. You just gotta listen for it, bro.
And you know what? And Elliot went and asked Alchemist about that, and Alchemist was like, they got it. It's just a different lifestyle, which again goes back to like, what the fuck are you talking about with lifestyle? What lifestyle are you talking about? Because we got every single lifestyle you could think of here in the city.
That's what I listened to that. He said they were actually moving around while recording shit just to get different vibes. Maybe the vibes lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? They get different energy from different things, you know. So you live in a different life for every different day. You live somewhere else. You kind of setting the tone, you know what I'm saying? You creating the energy. But B-Dot bugging as usual. Shout out to Elliot though.
Like I'm gonna leave it like this. Sin made that point about leave us alone, and I want to just agree with him and just say I'm just tired of this whole thing where you gotta kick the dust or kick up some dirt to get some traction. If that's what you gotta do, then maybe you're just not that good. Say something entertaining. You know, we do it every podcast. We don't gotta troll you. We just say some shit that we thinking, and that's it. Like you gotta these troll tweets to get traction, bro. Like get that the fuck out of here, bro. It's whack.
Easy, man.
Are you acting like the dude who wasn't allowed to sit with the cool niggas at this point? That's the vibe I'm getting from you now.
From that level of publication too.
Come on, bro.
Right. It's like he's still looking for the rapper that you want to be like. But B-Dot, let me tell you, when you get in your 30s, you start wanting to be like rappers, bro.
You made it, bro. You on Tidal. You under the Rock Nation umbrella. You're safe. Just report rap.
That's it. Enjoy the music.
Shouts to Mace for tying the thread together, though. You know what I mean? Because that's the shit we see with John Morant. You trying to be, you know what I mean? You looking up to rappers, want to be rappers. That's God's problem. Like he's looking for that rapper that he wants to be like, that he can look at as a superhero.
Right.
You're the superhero.
Right.
You got the powers, kid.
We want to be with B-Dot's at. We don't need you trolling us. You know what I mean?
Word.
Dini, take us home, bro.
Yes, sir.
Y'all know what the fucking vibes is, man. Keep your eyes out for episode 67. We coming soon, man. Shout out to Jar, the point guard. Shout out to Sincere, the rap snob. That long will be coming. Shout out to Macito, the voice. I know you gonna have that shit on deck for us. I am Dini, the balance of the fucking force. And without powers combined, we the rap round table, and we out it.